Mahindra launched its electric SUV, the XUV400, in 2023, and in a short span of time, it has updated this electric SUV a few times already. In this latest update for 2024, Mahindra has corrected most of this car's shortcomings, and in this video, we are going to tell you what these changes are. As you can see, there are no changes to the exteriors for 2024, and it continues to get the blanked off front grille and the several copper elements which are scattered all across the car exclusive to the EV. Like the front, the side profile too is carried forward unchanged. So you will still get the copper colored roof rails and 16-inch alloys. The XUV400 looks a lot more proportionate compared to its sub-4 meter compact SUV, the XUV300, which looks a bit chopped off and a bit abrupt from the rear. Differentiating the two cars is the Twin Peaks logo finished in copper, as well as the XUV400 badge finished in copper. And yes, it's 400, that's 400. What's new this time around is that this car gets an EV badge, just to make it abundantly clear that this one runs on electricity and not on petrol or diesel. So while changes to the exteriors are minimal, its interiors have undergone a significant makeover. Do you remember the all-black interior of the XUV400? Well, those have made way for a two-tone color scheme. You get ivory and black, and quite honestly, this one looks very upmarket. In fact, this light color scheme accentuates the sense of space and the sense of airiness on the inside, and it just takes premiumness to another level. What I also like are these cool touches, like you have chrome door handles, you have the copper color scattered on the inside, and then you have some really neat detailing like the Twin Peaks logo on the seats and this detailing on this panel. Well, it all just adds to the sense of occasion on the inside. The big talking point of the updated XUV400 is the redesigned dashboard and the redesigned steering. Let's start with the steering. This one looks like a replica of its premium sibling, the XUV700. However, the Twin Peaks logo is finished in copper and it is surrounded in a light blue accent. The next change is the digital instrument cluster. Well, it's very easy to read. It's really neatly executed, and you have a proper speedometer on one side with a digital readout, of course, and on the other side, it shows you how much power of the motor you are consuming. Also new is the touchscreen in this freestanding layout. The touch sensitivity is good. It is very intuitive, very easy to use. There are some really cool EV screens on offer, and you have physical buttons. Well, it just makes access to various menus a lot easier, and you also have a physical volume knob. So in terms of usability, full marks to this system. And speaking of usability, the aircon console has been redesigned as well without sacrificing on the basic functionality or usability. You have nice and big buttons to access the fan speed. There's dual zone climate control, so you can adjust one temperature on this side and one on that side. And well, this one also has a really nice small LCD display. Now, well, it's not fancy, but it does the job, and honestly, it does the job really well. And finally, Mahindra has provided a place to store a modern smartphone, and this one also gets a wireless charging facility. And now let's see the new features in the XUV400. New features with this update include a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster, 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system, as well as connected car features. It also gets a wireless charging pad, rear aircon vents, USB-C charging, and a 12-volt charging port at the rear. New this time around is a tire pressure monitoring system. The earlier iteration only had a tire loss indicator. A few months ago, features like front fog lamps, ESP, cruise control, and an auto-dimming mirror were added, which have been carried forward too. So as you've seen, the XUV400's equipment list is far richer than before. However, it's still not the best in terms of equipment. What it misses are LED headlamps, it misses ventilated seats. I would have liked better sounding speakers. Well, the Tata Nexon EV, now the speakers in that are in a league of its own. Sure, ventilated seats would have been nice to have, however, the front seats themselves are very comfortable. And just like the front seats, the rear seat is really comfortable in terms of support, in terms of the backrest angle, and even in terms of space. Now, the XUV being a wide car, you can easily accommodate 3 adults in reasonable comfort. The good thing is that Mahindra has finally introduced rear AC vents for the passengers at the back. And in addition, you get a space to store your phone, you have a USB Type-C charging and a 12-volt power socket. And what's also nice is that the aircon console is not protruding into the footroom of the middle passenger, so even an adult seated here will have decent amount of footroom. The 378-litre boot remains unchanged and it is still well shaped and quite practical. There's not much to report from behind the wheel of the XUV400 since there are no mechanical changes. The electric motor is carried over from before and so are the battery pack options. You get a 34.5 kWh battery and a 39.4 kWh battery option, which is the one we're driving here today. We've tested this car extensively and in our real-world tests, we achieved 251 kilometers in a mixed city and highway cycle, and that's something that you can expect in the real world too. Like before, there are 3 drive modes. There's fun, fast and fearless. Fun being the equivalent of eco, fast being normal and fearless being the sport mode. Now, even in the fun mode, performance feels very zippy and very entertaining, and quite honestly, it's more than enough for your regular driving. But if you really want to up the ante and have some fun with this car, you can opt for the fast or even the fearless mode, where the full potential of the motor is unlocked and this Mahindra delivers performance in a sort of a no-holds-barred manner, which is really entertaining. Of course, when you switch to the other modes, you'll also notice that the steering wheel weight has gone up. Sure, there's no feel or feedback to be had, but it's just the weight which increases, so you get a bit more confidence when you are driving. Even though regeneration cannot be adjusted independent of the drive modes, you can shift to L mode where regen feels strong, and the car will also come to a complete halt without any brake pedal input. The suspension of the XUV400 is tuned for comfort, so it is on the softer side, and what that results in is really good ride quality, especially in the city. But it's out on the highway when you up the pace. It's at that time you realize that the car bounces a bit. And if I'm being quite honest, you can hear the suspension work quite prominently. Prices for this updated Pro range start at Rs 15.49 lakh and go up to 17.49 lakh rupees. So with all these changes to its interiors as well as its equipment list, this is the best iteration of the XUV400 till date, and quite honestly, this is how this car should have been from day one. These changes, along with its core strengths like its strong performance, its ride quality and its spacious interiors and boot, have put the XUV in a much better position to take on the Tata Nexon EV head-on.